Greetings. Shout out to everybody who's here, everybody who's in the chat, deep divers. You know, we just decided to do a little live stream. I've been doing that. I do a video. I say you might as well do a live stream. Shout out to everyone who's been diving deep. Shout out to everyone who's enjoying their day to day. Shout out to everybody who's taken a trip into nature, deep divers. One love to everybody. So like I said, Charlie Chaplin was right. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about everything under the sun. We got a whole lot to talk about. One love to everybody. Like I told you, deep divers, life is good. We got to start with gratitude every single day. The Great Awakening is growing stronger. And the speech that Charlie Chaplin did was very profound, and it actually ties into what's happening with the global pandemic, COVID-19. So we're going to talk about all of it. And shout out to everyone who's here doing a little samba, baby. Shout out to everyone who's doing a little samba, baby. Okay. So once again, if you're just joining this live, make sure you smash the like button and tell a friend we're just starting the live stream. So as always, let's start with the 80s. Let's warm up a bit. Let's give thanks, and then we can get into it. Let's go. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. Oh yes. Shout out to Charlie Chaplin. Shout out to the 80s. Like I told you, deep divers, you are all appreciated. So in today's new video, I talk about everything, but I talk about especially Charlie Chaplin's speech, which he made. And Charlie Chaplin didn't say a lot, but whenever he would speak, people listened. And what Charlie Chaplin was saying ties into what's happening right now on the planet. A lot of people are starting to realize time is running out for human beings to hold on to their freedom. Because I told you, the inorganic ones want this as part of a new world order for you. And there is an uprising, but at the same time, many people find themselves at the crossroads. And at the crossroads, you're faced with a massive choice to make. And part of Charlie Chaplin's speech, I want to read a bit for you deep divers. Part of Charlie Chaplin's speech, he was talking to people in the war, soldiers in the war. And what he said was very profound. So he starts saying, soldiers, don't give yourself to brutes, men who despise you and enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, and machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have a love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. So that was, you can watch the whole speech. But that was a profound speech. I remember coming across that speech a long time ago. But it ties into what's happening on the planet. And there is a great awakening that's continuing right now, where you're realizing people have to start speaking up. Because what's happening is that there's only a few people left to speak up for you. Right? I told you about first they came for, you know that quote. First they came for, then there was no one left to speak up for me. So this is where humanity finds itself. Soon there will be nobody left to speak up for you if you don't support the ones who are speaking up for you. So we got to remind ourselves every single day to support people who are speaking up for us. The light workers, way showers, truth tellers, all of these people. We have to support them because it's because of them that there's still a bit of hope left. So I want to remind you every single day to support people who are doing the work. And I want to remind you every single day. You see, I'm already blessed every single day. I'm just here to help you. I'm just here to help you. But I want to remind you that a lot of people have gone elsewhere. They've created a private club. I could do that. I could say, hey, I'm just going to do a private membership club for all the deep divers who are really diving deep. But I'm able to do this because of the gratitude I have towards the universe. But I'm here to remind you, we have to see how this whole thing is going. You don't want to take things for granted because that's what we did. That's what got us in this position. Many people took their freedoms for granted. Many people took it all for granted. And guess what? It got taken away. See, this is a lesson. It's all a lesson. Everything that's happening on the planet is a lesson for humanity. If you don't appreciate what you have, don't cry when it's no longer there. Right? If you don't appreciate what you have, do not cry when it's no longer there. So I want to remind you of gratitude. I want to remind you of gratitude every single day. And like I said, a lot of the times we think because something is always there, it's going to be there. No, you have to learn gratitude. Let me shout out to Metaphysical Mike. And this is how it is, deep divers. Like I told you, Metaphysical Mike, you are appreciated. I feel like a failure. My stupid ego and old stories held me back today. I never had irrational fears for 21 years of my life. My awakening did it. That's what happens with awakening. You see, awakening, it opens us up to the shadow side. And I'm here to remind you, Mike, love yourself because you are enough. The awakening, it can be like a sword sometimes, but remind yourself you get through it. You'll definitely get through it. So I want to remind you that if you go back and see in history, there have been cycles where people have been speaking up. People have been speaking up about what's happening. Charlie Chaplin was one of them. And history has a strange way of repeating itself, because everything he was talking about is happening right now. Everything I was talking about in my book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, on Amazon, everything I was talking about in that book is what people are going through right now on the planet. Everything I was talking about in 2019 is what's happening right now. So I want to remind you, Ken the artist, shout out to you. I want to remind you every single day that this is time to elevate. This is time to wake up and read the signs. This is time every single day to say, where is my focus? You see, deep divers, I already put out a video. I'm just doing the live for the fun of it, right? Because I'm in a place of abundance. Rebecca, shout out to you. And this is the reason why I got a YouTube Gold Award. This is the reason why I got an Amazon #1 best-selling book, because of gratitude. So I want to remind you, going back to how freedom disappears, how the world in a global pandemic, because of COVID-19, how all of your freedoms will be taken away. You know why? Because you don't appreciate them. And that's why I tell you, learn gratitude. Learn gratitude. Because if you think it's always going to be here, one day you're going to wake up to a rude awakening. You can't travel. Lockdown. Face mask 24/7. No freedom like before. You see, humanity fell into a deep sleep. And this happened for a reason. I told you, there are no accidents in the universe. This is happening for a reason. It's a lesson. And that's why I'm giving you a lesson of learning gratitude. You see, a lot of people didn't appreciate their freedoms, took it for granted. And now you really know how valuable it is, right? So like I told you, learn every single day. Just because it's here now does not mean it's going to be here tomorrow. And I'll give you that example. Let me just shout out to everybody who's here. I'm reading comments, deep divers. Rebecca, you are appreciated. Shout out to Rebecca. What's the cause? And once again, deep divers, if you're on this live, smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. Say Ralph Smart is live. Do that right away. Rebecca, what's the cause of not being able to find your purpose? And what are some ways to become more purposeful? Will you play Summer Remix? Thank you. Absolutely. I'm going to play that for you right now, because that's what we do with gratitude, deep divers, right? That's what we do with gratitude. This is for you, Rebecca. Then we get into it. All right, that was for you, Rebecca. And let me just answer your question. Not being able to find your purpose goes a little bit like this. Every single day, the reason why I'm an OG in the game, the reason why I've got over nearly 4,000 videos, a YouTube Gold Award, 2 best-selling books, is because I know my purpose. And that's why I always say part of your purpose is knowing what you're here to do on the planet. You see, when you first start, people want to tell you how to do things. And this is why a lot of people don't know their purpose. So, for example, if someone says, "What is this guy talking about?" I say, don't worry about it. You don't want to know. Forget about it. I'm not concerned about convincing them because I know what I'm here to do and my results speak for itself. Slow motion this side. So part of finding your purpose is knowing what you're here to do on the planet. You have to let go of people who tell you what to do, and you have to find what makes you happy. You have to do more of what makes you happy. And also, you have to realize that there is something that you can't stop thinking about. You need to go to that place every single day. You are appreciated, Rebecca. Once again, deep divers, shout out to everybody who's here. Jewel, you are appreciated. Let me give a shout out to Jewel. Give it up, deep divers. That's the blessings, deep divers. Jewel, you are appreciated. Hi, mentor, gratitude. Thank you for going live. Peace and blessings. Hold on, Jewel. Hold on, Jewel. You see, let me just tell you this. One thing I want to remind you of, deep divers. The reason why I'm manifesting a YouTube Gold Award, the reason why I'm manifesting 2 best-selling books, over 250 million views on YouTube, billions of minutes watched on my website, is because I'm able to give, you see? So here is how the paradox goes. I was able to give, so therefore I received. See how it works? By me sharing day in, day out, I manifested a YouTube Gold Award. By me sharing day in, day out, I got an Amazon #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart. So I want to remind you, don't be afraid to give, deep divers. I've been doing it. Look how my life has transformed. Don't be afraid to give. Do not be afraid to give. Let me give a shout out to Jewel. You are appreciated. Now, I got a song for you, Jewel. I'm going to bless you with gratitude. This is just for Jewel. Let's go. Oh, we're dancing? Jewel, you are appreciated. So like I told you, you know, we're just getting the dancing vibes. Getting the dancing vibes. Once again, I'm reading every single comment that comes in. I'm focusing on the people who are writing things down. I'm going to read your comments, so put it in the chat. Until the sun dies, shout out to you. You are appreciated. Been here since 2013. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Been here since 2013. Thanks for helping me overcome my schizophrenia. I used to have crazy guides in this world before Spirit Science and Ralph Smart. You are appreciated. I'm proud of you. Like I say, it's great to see that you're healing yourself, that you're living better. And that's what we like to see. So many beautiful deep divers here. And this is, whenever I do a live, this is really an interactive show, deep divers. You have to feed me now. You have to talk to me. You have to give thanks and write something in the comment section. I'm going to read it. We dive into it. Ken the artist, you are appreciated. Ralph, thank you for everything. Light will always win. Absolutely. Light will always win. Light will always win. It will always win. And like I said, Karen, you are oh, you wrote a song, Karen? That's what's up. I got to start doing song requests, deep divers. Let me shout out to Karen one time, deep divers. Let me shout out to Karen. Ralph, I wrote you a song. You inspired me. It's called Rainbow Warriors. Karen Dobson, you are appreciated, Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And send me the song. I'll play it. Right. So the Great Awakening is growing stronger all around the world. People are starting to slowly wake up to say, wait a minute. I want my freedom back. And this is one of the greatest times for an awakening, because an awakening happens prior to a dark night of the soul. Many people will say that what has come on the planet is something very negative. But in that so-called negativity, there's a chance to find yourself. There's a chance to heal yourself. There's a chance to know who you really are. There's a chance to say, wait a minute, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. And a lot of people are doing that right now. It's a choice between fear and love. And we have to remind ourselves, not only was Charlie Chaplin right, the ancients were right. When they said in ancient Egypt, know thyself. When we find our way out of everything that's happening, we have to go back. Let me shout out to you, Alexandra. You are appreciated. Alexandria 825, you are appreciated. Charlie Chaplin's song Smile is a great song. Love and light, blessings to you and everyone. Hey, I've never heard that song, Smile by Charlie Chaplin. I've never heard that song. I was a fan. Hey, by the way, Karen, you asked, where can I send you the song? Just email me it or DM me on Instagram. What's your Instagram, Ralph? I never know it. What is my Instagram? Official Ralph Smart. Official Ralph Smart. So Karen, just DM me on Instagram, Official Ralph Smart. Add me there as well, deep divers. Everybody on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. Tell them the cat down the road is live right now. Charlie Chaplin's song Smile is a great song. Love and light, blessings to you and everyone. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Thank you for that. So, like I said in the today's video, right now, the 99% are finding their power once again. And this is why there's a huge awakening happening all around the world, in every single country, because the 99% are starting to realize their true power. Charlie Chaplin was able to notice this decades ago when he said, let me give you another line from the Charlie Chaplin speech, because it's so profound. In the end of the speech, Deep Divers, he said this: let's all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work. Let me read it to you, actually. I got it on my phone. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. Okay? And let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers. And that was key, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason. Let us all unite. That's the last thing he said. Let us all unite. So I want to remind you, throughout the ages, there have been people, even celebrities. Charlie Chaplin was a big celebrity of his time. He was hanging out with people like Krishnamurti even. But it's great to see people speaking up. I want you to remind yourself, Deep Divers, Charlie Chaplin never spoke. Think about that. He used to do silent films, but it was time for him to open his mouth. You see, the situation got so bad, even Charlie Chaplin started to speak. Even Charlie Chaplin said, I got to start speaking. And he made one of the greatest speeches in human history. Charlie Chaplin made one of the greatest speeches in human history. This is a guy who never spoken before on the screen. And right now, with everything that's happening, you need to speak up fast. And thank goodness people are starting to do that. I want to tell you this, Deep Divers. Right now, the split is happening between 3D and 5D. And a lot of your friends and family aren't going to make it. A lot of people are going to go further into the deception, further into the deception, further into the deception, the lies and the smoke screen. But many people are starting to say, I want to smile today. Many people are starting to say, I want to smile. I haven't seen my smile in a while. And this is the hope people have right now. We got to remind ourselves, humanity is strong. Humanity is extremely strong. And I know a lot of people are depressed, full of anxiety. A lot of people have lost jobs and businesses. But I'm here to tell you, you're going to be all right. Shout out to everybody who's here. Let's just warm up, Deep Divers. Let me just tell you this. The Great Awakening is here. Because just like how I watched Charlie Chaplin, Deep Divers, like I saw that video. Millions of people are watching Ralph Smart. Not only that, Ralph Smart, Emily, you are appreciated. Ralph Smart has found his way into millions of schools all around the world. And this is how you know The awakening is here. Ralph Smart's videos have made their way to schools all around the world. They're saying, can I get a hello there? All around the world. That's why I told you, this is how you know the Great Awakening is here. Slow motion this side. So like I told you, I'm proof that you can change things. Because when Ralph Smart's videos are in schools all over the world, the teacher is not even teaching. She's like, Ralph, do your thing. Ralph, do your thing. Ralph, teach those children. Ralph, do your thing. What I'm trying to tell you, deep divers, what I'm telling you, not trying to, is that you matter. You make a difference. What I'm doing is not in vain. See, if I had thought, you know what I have to say doesn't make a difference, there would be no Infinite Waters. I said, actually, what I say matters. I'm significant. My voice matters. My mental health matters. My expression matters. So because of this self-love I had, Ralph Smart Infinite Waters videos are being taught in schools all over the world. Teachers are playing this to their students. So I want to remind you, deep divers, I'm proof it's possible. I'm proof you can inspire millions of people. And this is the Great Awakening. When you realize throughout history, it's only ever been one. It's only ever been one person that can change the world. If you look back in history, it's only ever been one person to change the world. It takes one candle to light 1,000. So that person is you. It's not me, it's you. You're the one to do it. So I want you to start realizing you're a lot more powerful than you know. The truth is you are powerful beyond measure. It's just that you keep selling yourself short. You keep selling yourself short. You don't put value on what you do. You see, I put value on what I do. I put value on what I do, and that's why I'm in schools all over the world. That's why millions of people watch my videos, because I say what I'm doing matters. So you can see it there, deep divers. That's the proof. Not only is Ralph Smart, I'm affecting people in the matrix. People caught up in schools, right? I'm reaching the masses, those who are asleep, those who don't know what's what. I'm talking to people who are still plugged into the matrix. I'm talking to people. You'll remember being at school when you're just in the classroom. So just imagine if your message got into a classroom and you're not even the teacher in the classroom. Think about that. Let me repeat it. What happens, deep divers, if your message got into a classroom and you're not even the teacher in the classroom? What happens when Infinite Waters' message gets into the classroom and you're not even the teacher in the classroom? The teacher's like, I quit. After I've heard this guy, Ralph, do your thing. So we must never feel that we are worthless. A lot of people don't realize how powerful they are. I'm here to tell you, I'm proof. I know my power. I know my value. So start putting more value on who you are and start realizing your voice matters. Your voice matters. It's time to stop being hiding under the bed. Let me shout out to everybody who's here. Personal growth now, you are appreciated. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody here. Let me give a shout out to Serene Grace. You are appreciated. Serene Grace, thank you so much. You are appreciated. Deep divers unite. We are love. Absolutely. Master Ralphie, I just want to exchange and give some positive energy. Wait a minute. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Wait a minute. Raising the frequency. Wait a minute. Raising the vibration. Energy with one of the most generous givers. You are appreciated. Peace and one love. Serene Grace, I got one for you. This is my gift to you, because you told me you like a little bit of chilled out music. So this is one for you. Let's go, Serene Grace. Enjoy this.
Some music on the beat. Some beats on the track.
That was for you, Serene Grace. That was for you. And let me give you another gift. Oh, this is like a concert, deep divers. That was for you, Serene Grace. That was Summer for you. That's the remix. Shout out to Mark Pagan on the remix. I produced that song, Deep Divers, called Summer. Mark Pagan remixed it. So, like I said, there is a great awakening, and the great awakening is continuing with people like Charlie Chaplin all those years ago, reminding us that your voice matters. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. Shout out to everybody who's here. G Baby. Hey Ralph, can you please give your opinion on the Little Nas X video, Montero? I haven't even seen that video, but like I always say, focus on yourself. Don't worry about Little Nas X, because I told you, all of these people in the industry, If they ain't telling you to wake your ass up, it's a distraction. Slow motion this side. If they're not telling you to get your ass out of the matrix, it's a distraction. Right? So all of these celebrities, you see, let's talk about some celebrities since you want to go there. A lot of these celebrities, you have to do stuff. It's called shock and awe. So if you're an artist right now in the mainstream, you got to do something crazy just to go viral. You can make a music video with a bin over your head and start walking backwards. And people say, oh my gosh, have you seen Ralph Smart's new video? So the more dumb shit you do, the more viral you go. The more strange, crazy shit you do, the more viral you go. So a lot of the times, you know, I'm not knocking any artist right now, but a lot of these artists, I don't knock the hustle. Because if I was an artist, like a music artist, I'll be doing the same thing if I was in the industry, but I'm not in the industry because I chose to keep my soul, right? But you've heard that, oh, what would you do for a Klondike bar, right? A lot of people would do anything. So you got to remind yourself in the music industry, you have to do that. You got to create a spectacle. You got to do stuff that's going to make people say, oh my gosh, did you just see that? That's the only way you're going to stand out. So I always say, don't focus so much on these celebrities. Ask them, are they telling you to wake your ass up? If they're not doing that, they're still a slave. If they're not telling you, hey, make sure you're breathing in that good ass prana, baby. If they ain't telling you to do this, they're a distraction. If they're not telling you to do this, they're a distraction. Right? So you got to remind yourself that you want to focus on yourself, but you know, I'll check it out and give you a breakdown later on. Let me shout out to everybody who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. Brenda Art Girl, you are appreciated. Thank you so much for sharing your messages. You're awesome. Good job. I appreciate you. Once again, everybody on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and share the link. Say Ralph Smart is live. So, like I was saying, Charlie Chaplin was right, and the Great Awakening continues. You see, your voice matters. When you really use it in the right way, you can send ripples not only to a few people, you can send it all around the world in classrooms all over the world. So I want to remind you that everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice. So one thing I want to tell you about the Great Conjunction, which happened, which is still happening. The Great Conjunction is still happening. The Mayans were right. The Mayans were right. The Mayans were right, deep divers. The Mayans were right that the world is ending. December 21st, 2020. The Great Conjunction, which is not just for one day, is still happening right now as I speak. Jupiter, which represents love, expansion, meeting with Saturn, which represents the lower energy. So this is exactly what's happening. Right now, the whole planet is ascending into the age of Aquarius, a whole new age. At the same time, the inorganic ones don't want this. They don't want to go to the age of Aquarius because, see, the age of Aquarius means their reign is over. And they know it's over. It's already written. It's over. And this is why the Saturn energy is still clinging on, even though it knows its time is up. So the good news is that in the end, justice is restored. Freedom is restored. And like I said, if it seems like the villains are winning, it's because the story is not over yet. Slow motion this side. If it seems like the villains are winning, the pharmaceutical companies, all of these people, big tech, all of these people, if it seems like the villains are winning, it's because the story is not over yet. The story is not over yet. Your story is not over yet. So remind yourself that slow motion, baby, right? Remind yourself the story is just beginning. They have to make you feel that it's the end of the world, that there's no hope left. No, we're entering a whole new age. That's what's happening. In fact, this is a great time to celebrate. You might want to do a little samba, baby. Can we do a little samba, baby? Deep divers, let's go. Oh yeah, we just had to go there, deep divers, right? So it's time to celebrate. We got to remind ourselves we can always change which tune is playing in the background. We can always change how we want to feel. We don't have to be controlled by the narrative, which is the world is ending. No, the world is not ending at all. In fact, something phenomenal is happening. Something phenomenal is happening. The world is being reborn. And that's why they talk of the Great Reset in Davos, right? They talk of the Great Reset, 2030. You'll owe nothing and be happy. The reason why the World Economic Forum are talking about the Great Reset is because they know that it's a reset, literally a reset, and entering into a new age. If COVID-19 didn't happen, the same thing, the whole planet would have stopped, because there's a reset happening right now. Everything is coming full circle. People have to stop what they're doing, because for so long humanity has just been chasing its own tail. And now we're forced to stop. Everybody has come to a grinding halt. And this means there's an awakening happening. See, awakening happens when you say, wait a minute, let me slow down. Wait a minute, let me slow down. Let me go within. Wait a minute, let me slow down. Let me go within. Once you slow down and stop what you're doing and go within, you get a whole new vision, a whole new insight, a whole new world. But you got to slow down first. So I want to remind you, every single day, remind yourself that What happens when you press pause? I was in the park deep divers, as I'm always there. You know, I'm in the park a lot, right? So what happened to me? Someone said, "Oh my gosh, Ralph Smart, is that you?" I said, "Yes." I said, "I swear, I was hoping I would see you." I said, what have you been doing?" And she's like, "Well, I turned my phone off and I had the best sleep ever." I said, "How long did you turn your phone off for?" 30 minutes. I said, "Just 30 minutes?" She said, "Yes, but I feel fantastic." It's amazing. This is part of the Great Reset. When you say, instead of just comparing myself to other people on social media and feeling inadequate, sometimes it's good to take a break from your phone. I do that every single day. Sometimes it's good to take a break from Instagram. Sometimes it's good to take a break from Facebook. Sometimes it's good to take a break from YouTube. Sometimes it's good to take a break from technology, period. And just recharge and come back to who you really are, because this is how we find our power. So this is also part of the Great Awakening, to say, actually, how much of this stuff do I really need? See, I use technology to send a message out there, but I'm not used by technology. So I always say, use technology, don't be used by technology. Technology is fantastic if you know how to use it. It's a tool. It's a great tool that's connecting a lot of people, but it should only be used as a stepping stone, not something to live your entire life in. There's a great awakening happening all around the world, and millions of people can feel it. Let me shout out to everybody who's here. Deep divers, you are appreciated. The ghetto physicist, you are appreciated. And once again, deep divers, I want to hear you. I want to hear from you. Just like the ghetto physicist, put in your questions, leave your comments, give thanks. I'm going to read every one. The universe beckons for wisdom over knowledge, poetry over the lisp of the sleeping, and I am their shepherd. How can we awaken sleeping beauty of enlightenment? Only through the kiss from the muse of human. You're diving deep, baby. I like that. I like that. That was powerful poetry. That was powerful poetry. We got to remind ourselves that now is the time for artists to rise up. I had done the video where I spoke of how songs in the 60s and the 70s, the 80s, they had more of a message. Now it's more about shock value. Can you see how things have changed? So I want to remind you that you're truly free when you can be authentic. And right now we have to move towards that. It's not about how many views you get on a video. The question is, how many people is this video helping to wake up? Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. It's not about how many views you get on a video. It's about you asking yourself, how many people am I helping to wake up? This is what matters the most. How many people am I helping to wake up? You see, I want to remind you of this, deep divers, that I'm an alchemist. I'm a wizard. And I've been inspiring people for over a decade, raising the frequency, And I'm a Pisces, so I'm very resilient, deep divers, right? Don't be fooled by this smile. So throughout the years, you learn a lot about human beings. You learn about the psychology. And I'm a psychologist, criminologist, multidimensional being. You learn that many people are still unaware of who they really are. And many times we see this in people who are sometimes giving off negative energy. It's because they don't know who they are. For example, if somebody is writing words which aren't helping anybody, it means they have no purpose in their life. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be an idle person. Idle people spread negativity. Idle people spread hate because they have nothing to do with their own life. They need a hug. They need love. They don't love themselves. And COVID-19 is not the only pandemic on the planet. No, there's a pandemic of a lack of self-love. And when you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. When you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody. I love myself. That's why I can love you, deep divers. A lot of people don't love themselves. So every single day you have to remind yourself, you want to work towards self-love. This is the solution for everything that's happening on the planet. You want to work towards self-love. You want to work towards every single day accepting yourself for who you are. Adam D, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to Adam D. Once again, everybody who's on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button. And share the link. Say Ralph Smart is live once again. Adam D, you are appreciated. Gratitude to you, Ralph. Does the awakening differ depending on what corner of the world someone is in? Whoo! That's a powerful question right there. We're gonna come to it. Well, what I'm gonna do, let's warm up.
On the track.
More fire.
Oh yes, we had to warm up. Does the awakening differ depending on what corner of the world someone is in? Absolutely. 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 You see, we got to remind ourselves every single day that where you are in the world, your environment shapes who you are. Where you are in the world, your environment shapes who you are. We're talking about epigenetics. We're talking about epigenetics. And this is why some people, for example, are computer engineers or software developers and Harvard graduates and all of these things. Ralph Smart, a psychologist. The reason why I'm a psychologist, went to university at 17, is because I was in the right environment. The reason why I was able to focus myself enough to inspire millions of people and still inspire millions of people, and the reason why I'm in classrooms right now all over the world, people are watching my videos, it's because I was in the right environment. I was in the right environment. I had the right, thank you, Mom. I had the right mother, wonderful woman. Had the right people around me, deep divers. The right cat down the road. Had the right energy around me. So this is why I'm able to do what I'm doing. Also, as a psychologist, as someone who's counseled a lot of people, many times if you are in an environment of toxicity, an environment where there's no love, many times you often become a product of that environment. And this is why in less well-off communities, the crime rate is higher. I'm a criminologist, deep divers. If you don't know, now you know. Right? I'm a criminologist, so I study crime. In areas which are more destitute, the crime rate increases. So awakening does differ depending on where you are. If you are in the concrete jungle 24/7, it's hard to have that awakening, right? But if you grew up and placed yourself in nature every single day, you have a whole new outlook on the world that's different from other people. If you grew up in a very rural place, and with your friends, you just went into nature, your awakening is going to be totally different from someone in the city. And this is why it's so important right now to realize that environment is everything. Environment is, why do you think I'm in nature? Why do you think I've been in nature? And I'm in nature every single day, right? Because I know that the environment is everything. The environment is everything. You become like the energy you surround yourself with, plain and simple. You become like the energy you surround yourself with. And that's why in a lot of concrete jungle places, the energy is very toxic, very dense. But as you move to more spaces of feng shui like this, all of a sudden you have a whole different awakening. You have a whole new perspective, a whole new outlook on life. You do the 360 in nature, you have a whole different awakening. And that's why it's so essential. I always say, distance yourself from the crowd. A lot of people have peer pressure. And everything Ralph Smart is saying is to remind you, you don't have to follow the crowd. Go and watch that video I made after this. A talk with my younger self. Once again, go and watch that video I made after this. A talk with my younger self. A lot of people say they're my friends. They're not your friends. They're actually holding you back from manifesting. Actually holding you back from being where you need to be. Those people around you are distractions. And that's why when you get rid of people that don't need to be there, you can focus on what you're here to do, and you can inspire millions of people. See, that's what happens, deep divers. When you remove people who don't need to be there from your life. great things happen. Let me shout out to everybody. What's experience, you are appreciated. Once again, everybody on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers, and share this link. Let me shout out to everybody who's here. Eva, you are appreciated. Smash the like button and share this link, deep divers. We've got a whole lot to talk about. And also, this is a live, deep divers. We do this in the live. We play music. I'm interacting. You know, let me tell you a quick story. We're going to get to the first comment in a second. The recent one. When I first started to do a live, what happened? I was just talking. Right? I was just talking. And I started to realize, wait a minute, part of the live is about interacting with people in live time, which is what I'm doing right now. So we have to remind ourselves that's the difference, right? This is why my live streams are so powerful. Gratitude to you, Ralph. What's family business, TM? You are appreciated. Gratitude to you, Ralph. It's to the point. If I don't have you on every day, my kids want to know where's Ralph. You are a permanent figure in our home. Wait a minute. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Well, I'm happy to do this. I'm happy to do this. I'm here for the children as well. Because there's a reason why my video is being shown to children every single day all around the world. My videos are being shown to children every single day all around the world. And I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. And your children are in good hands. Your children are in great hands. See, when a woman is awake and aware of who she is, the babies don't have to worry. They got it good. And right now, this is what's happening. Charlie Chaplin, great speech. Like I said, Charlie Chaplin didn't say much. In fact, most of his films were silent. When Charlie Chaplin opened his mouth and spoke about the great dictatorship, even the cat down the road had to pause, deep divers, say, oh my gosh. But what Charlie Chaplin said, let us all unite. That's the last thing he said. Let us all unite. And nothing could be more needed in a global pandemic, COVID-19, lockdown, than uniting. Nothing could be more powerful than that. Let me shout out to Eva. You are appreciated. The wonderful Eva. Giving thanks to you, Ralph. Keep sharing your wisdom. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Giving thanks to you, Ralph. Keep sharing your wisdom. Let me give you a gift. Let me give you a gift. So many beautiful deep divers here. You are appreciated. So much love here. You are all appreciated. So have we really breathed in that good ass prana, deep divers? I don't think so. We ain't breathed it in yet. We ain't breathed in that good ass prana. So let's breathe in the good ass prana. Can we do that, please? Please? Okay. Beautiful deep divers, peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. And I'm just breathing in that good ass prana, baby, because it feels so good to be alive, deep divers.
Just breathing in that good prana, baby. Just breathing in that good prana, baby.
We just breathing in. We had to take a minute to breathe, deep divers. So the Great Awakening is growing stronger. And I want to remind you, because there are a lot of people who are awake, but they express their awakening in a different way. For example, a lot of Hollywood film directors were extremely awake and aware. Stanley Kubrick is one of them. So in that film, The Shining, and in 2001, Stanley Kubrick was putting a lot of subliminal messages in that film. So when we talk of awakening, even some mainstream artists are awake and they're putting subliminal messages in their music. And that's another way to help people wake up. That's another way to help people wake up. If you are an artist, because an artist's job is not to do what Ralph Smart is just doing and just talk to people. As an artist, you got to give them, you're here just to show people what you're going through. And that's why a lot of artists can say, hey, I'm going through a breakup. Hey. But an artist is not supposed to teach you about what to do, because they're learning themselves. So it's not the artist's responsibility to wake your ass up. And you have to remind yourself of that. That's why I told you, you should never look towards artists to helping you wake up. That's why there are spiritual masters and gurus for that. Krishnamurti, Osho, Muji. These are spiritual masters who can help you wake your ass up. But in the mainstream, don't expect these celebrities to wake you up, because they're not here to wake you up. They didn't sign the contract. Yeah, I want to wake humanity up. No. They said, I want to get the bag and dumb down people. Once again, everyone played their part. So you got to remind yourself that don't expect people to do something that they can't do. And this is why you have to stop placing them on a pedestal. Like I said in today's new video, you are the celebrity. You are the MVP. Not Justin Bieber, Jennifer Lopez, P. Diddy. No, you are the MVP. You don't even realize you're the greatest celebrity ever. So when you take back your power, you realize that all of these other people are just distractions. If they're not helping you wake your ass up, if they're not helping you evolve, they're a distraction designed to keep you in lockdown. So when we talk of everything that's happening on the planet, it's not just a physical lockdown. There's also a mental lockdown. And this is more dangerous than a physical lockdown. And this is what Charlie was. Jamaica Scott, play Forever Stars. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Shall I play that Forever Stars? Oh my gosh. I got to play that song. I got to get that song. Have you heard that song, Deep Divers? We Are Forever Stars. Have you heard that song? Have you heard that song? I want to know how many deep divers have heard that song I put out, Forever Stars. So, we are forever stars, deep divers. We are forever stars. And that was a fantastic song. I loved putting it out. I'm glad you heard that, Jamaica Scott. I'm like, gosh, that was the one I put out back in the day. But you know, when I put it out, it was huge. But a lot of people forgot about that song. I even nearly forgot. We are forever stars, baby. You want me to play it? Shout out to everybody who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. Everybody who's raising the frequency. Okay, let me play it. Let me see if I can play it, because it's a song which is really going to help you. It's a song which is really going to raise your frequency. So let me get the song up first. Once again, deep divers, if you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. And I want to remind you, deep divers, that be proud of yourself for staying in your truth. Because a lot of people, once again, a lot of people are still asleep. A lot of people are still asleep. A lot of people are still unaware of who they really are. So always remind yourself every single day. If you are one of those people who is awake and aware, congratulations. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. And that's another thing, how this matrix works, deep divers. Copyright. You know, the idea of a copyright, deep divers, doesn't even make sense. How can you copyright music? Right? In itself, it doesn't make sense. But this is part of the ego humanity have. To own things, to control things. When in actuality, the true way is the free way. JM, shout out to you. Shout out to JM. So many beautiful deep divers here. So many beautiful deep divers here. Let me shout out to the one like JM. Love all my family. Looking at all of you. Wonderful. 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 Okay. How you feeling today, deep divers? I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know how you're feeling with everything that's happening. How have you been affected by what's happening on the planet right now? How have you been affected by the global pandemic? Let's talk about it. Marshall D. Millam, you are appreciated. Hey, Ralph. Millam Reality is grateful to be connected to Infinite Waters and the cat down the road. Raise the frequency. Raise the vibration. Oh, yes. I'm grateful for you. I truly appreciate you. People want me to play this song. I'm going to play the song. what I'm gonna do, I didn't download the song, so I gotta download the song. I mean, I can do a screen share. Wait a minute. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring the song in. I'm gonna bring the song in. In the meantime, let me play this song for you. Enjoy this.
Some music on the beat.
Sim beats on the track.
Okay. Oh, yes. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, Deep Divers. Once again, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and remind yourself we are live. Michael Gibson, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. Charlie Chaplin was right. Ralph Smart was right. The Mayans were right. You were right, Deep Divers. If you could see this thing from a mile away, you were right. You were right. And one of the things Charlie Chaplin said in that speech, which was so profound, was this: don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have a love of humanity in your hearts. You don't have hate. Only the unloved hate the unloved and the unnatural. So think about it. Charlie Chaplin was talking about machine minds and hearts. Listen to what I'm telling you. Machine minds and hearts. We're talking about the AI, artificial intelligence. He was warning you to say, don't give yourself to the AI. You better wake up, Deep Divers. I see, that's the thing. We're diving so deep, Deep Divers. You got to catch up. But Charlie Chaplin was giving you a warning to say, don't give yourself to machine minds and machine hearts. In other words, the artificial intelligence. He saw what was coming. So, Deep Divers, I got the song. So let me play it for you. This is a song I recorded called Forever Stars. So I'll play it and you can vibe with it or just enjoy it or chill with your cat or your dog with it. I have no idea what you're going to do, Deep Divers. Let's go.
We're back with a fresh new sound, calling all stars out there. You know who you are. This is dedicated to you, all to you.
We are
What?
forever stars. We come and go. Tomorrow's old.
Yes.
Forever stars.
Woo. I like the sound of this one.
Stars.
Talk to me.
And I know we can be so much more than what we are. We can be so much more than how we live. We all came here for a reason of difference, to experience our lives in mysterious circumstances. Where we find ourselves is where we chose to be, forever changing. That's how it's supposed to be. And we are forever stars. Of course we are. We shine and glow, illuminate the sky without getting old. Stars.
That's what we came here to do.
We are
What we came here to do is just
forever
manifest
stars.
greatness,
We come
abundance,
and go.
joy in our hearts.
Tomorrow's load.
We're not crying on this one. We're not sad or anything like that. We're just celebrating.
Forever
That's what we're made of. We're made of stars. Sing with me. Here today, gone tomorrow.
whether we like it or not.
Times move fast, seasons change.
It doesn't seem to stop. Dancing in the wind with our eyes closed, enjoying the music that's being played. We move throughout the
I manifest dreams. I was born in the womb of those infinite waters. I look up at the sky, I see greatness. You take away the stars, can you replace them? Don't destroy what you can't build. Most of us, we live to become ill. Will you wake up, smell the coffee? We got a lot of work to do. We all got the tools we need. Should we ever decide to heal our hearts and minds, to see what we are inside, you will always find
the star.
We all came here to experience whatever we need to. We're all on a different journey, a different path, but we all are together in this. So that's why we sing, and that's why we
Forever
move around
stars.
like stars in the
We come
universe.
and go.
We're just here for a short moment, so we are forever changing.
Forever
We don't die, we just multiply, and we are invisible. At the same time, we can be seen. I'm just rambling again. I let the guitar play out on this one. Woo!
Oh yeah, deep divers. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. You're so kind. That was a song I wrote in 2015, Forever Stars. And we got to remind ourselves we are forever stars, you know, so you can still create music that can change the world. CSV official, you are appreciated. Blessings, Ralph Smart, and blessings, chat, love and light. Pull up the song. I already did. You enjoyed it. So everything that's happening on the planet right now, deep divers, is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. Charlie Chaplin was waking you up. The Mayans were waking you up. The sun is waking you up every single day. If you don't wake up now, it's going to be too late. And this is why we're living in epic times of biblical proportions. A lot is happening fast, but I got to tell you, deep divers, I'm excited because I see a grand awakening happening. I see a huge awakening happening because I see a lot of people saying no to slavery. I see a lot of people saying we choose freedom over fear. I see a lot of people who say, I'm going to step in my power, even if I'm called a conspiracy theorist. Put your mask back on, deep divers. Do not take off your mask. Wear it to bed as well. A lot of people say, I just want to smile right now. So I want to remind you that if it seems like the villains are winning, it's because the story is not over yet. What does fear do to us? It blocks manifestation. And part of the Great Awakening is to say we cannot allow ourselves to be in a state of fear. We can't allow ourselves to be in a state of fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. So when you lose fear, now you choose love. And this is why the Great Awakening is happening. Because a lot of people are no longer allowing themselves to be afraid. There's a reason why the media don't put out good news. Do you know why? Because good news brings you health. Good news makes you smile. Good news makes you feel like everything is going to be all right. And the good news, deep divers, is that there is good news every single day. But they don't want to feed you that. They want to feed people fear because this is the food source they need to survive. The inorganic ones use your fear to eat. They got to eat. In the astral realms, they need human beings' fear to survive. Many entities that you can't see need fear from human beings as a food source. And this is why there has to be a certain amount of fear for them to survive. If everyone is celebrating, happy, they got to say, wait a minute, we got to scare these people. But when you realize that they don't have power over you, if you say, I'm not going to be in fear, if you're in fear, they've got power over you. Like I said, their greatest weapon is your fear. That's the greatest weapon they have. Their greatest power is your fear. But their greatest fear is that you wake up to your true power. What? Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. Their greatest power, the inorganic ones, their greatest power is your fear. That's their greatest power. But their greatest fear is that you wake up to your true power. Uh-oh. We got a problem, Houston. Houston, we got a problem, right? So I want to remind you, this is how you can reclaim your power. Don't allow yourself to be in fear. Fear blocks manifestation. Fear blocks manifestation. Fear blocks manifestation. And that's why, ever notice, deep divers, when people are really afraid, they can't manifest what they want? Because fear blocks it. Fear cancels all your dreams, your hopes, your visions. Fear is the greatest energy vampire. Fear is the greatest energy vampire. And right now, a lot of people are afraid. I'm afraid. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But with the Great Awakening, more and more people are choosing to not let fear run their life. They're saying, you know what? I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. And this is when the awakening happens. You now reclaim your power. And it's happening all over the world. A lot of people are choosing to not be in fear. Let me tell you this. Part of the Great Awakening happens with food. 7-Day Vegan Challenge. Once again, if you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers. Smash the like button and share this link. Say Ralph Smart is live. 7-Day Vegan Challenge. I was in the supermarket, deep divers, and it dawned on me that there aren't a lot of natural foods in the supermarket. Mr. Leonard C., you are appreciated. There aren't a lot of natural foods in the supermarket. And it got me thinking about how this is also part of the fear agenda. People ask me, Ralph, how long you been plant-based for? I've been plant-based for 15 years plus. 15 years plus. I know what my life was like before this. I was scared. Do you know why I was scared? Can anyone tell me why I was scared? You can tell me why I was scared if you know. Let me shout out to Mr. Leonard C. You are appreciated. So, can anyone tell me why I was scared before my plant-based journey? I was scared, deep divers. I was scared. I was shaking in my boots. Yeah, you got it. Thank you. See, that's what happens when you are somebody who is consuming a lot of animal flesh. Energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. Energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. So I used to eat a lot of meat, steak, eggs, bacon, fish, all of that stuff, chicken, all of that stuff. But I was always afraid. And when I was with my mentor, he would always say, you see, Ralph, when you slaughter an animal, the energy doesn't disappear. It gets transferred into your DNA. Because the last moment of the animal's life, the animal was screaming, I want to be free. Right? Let me shout out to Mr. Leonard C. You are appreciated, brother. Thank you for that. Fear is the virus. Shout out to all the gods here in human form. We have the creator spark within us. We create our reality through thoughts, emotions, and vibration. The Great Awakening, 1111. Ralph, check your IG when you can, my bro. I sent my message there. Leonard, you are appreciated, Leonard. Leonard, you are appreciated. Leonard C, you are appreciated. Yes, when you eat meat, you can feel the fear. Joel, shout out to you. When you eat meat, you can feel the fear that the animals left. Absolutely. So when I used to eat a lot of processed foods, meat, dairy, I could feel the fear. Not only that, when you're consuming a very fleshy diet of tortured animals, what happens is that you become desensitized. And this is how the inorganic ones have controlled human beings for eternity, for a long time. Because they used to do animal sacrifices. They would kill a goat, a sheep. Now, it also locks you down to their frequency. Have you heard the saying, you are what you eat? You are what you eat. So that's why a lot of initiates, a lot of masters and sages, they said, hey, I don't want to eat animals. The reason why they said I don't want to eat animals is because they knew of the karmic debt. They were wise enough to know that what goes around comes around. They were wise enough to know about the karmic debt. You see, karma is real, deep divers, and it happens in your diet. If you are eating beautiful sun-kissed foods full of antioxidants, you're now healing yourself. But if you are constantly eating dead flesh, dead meat, you are carrying a karmic debt around with you. And energy can never be destroyed. It's only transferred. It goes directly into your DNA. You now take on board their pain, their suffering, their torture. And that's why a lot of the planet have a torturous mind, because they have been torturing animals. Over 72 billion animals are killed every single year. I've been vegan for over 15 years, deep divers. That's why people say, Ralph, you look 15. Oh, deep divers, you're so kind. Right? Only because I said, you know what? I want to do the right thing. Not only do I love the cat down the road, I love the dog down the road. I love the cow down the road. I say, animals, surely, ladies, fellas, surely your dog deserves a chance to live. Do you agree with that statement? Do you agree that your dog deserves to live? Of course, exactly. Well, you have to remind yourself that your dog's life is just as important as a cow's life, as a pig's life. Pigs are extremely intelligent. See, that's the thing. You have to study animals. Pigs are extremely intelligent. So when you let go of foods which carry a huge karmic debt, you can now awaken. And that's why, what happens when people go plant-based? You tell me. I'm not going to say it. What happens when people go plant-based? There's a link between eating to live and having the big awakening. So guess what? If you want to wake up, make sure you're eating to live every single day. You're going to wake up. And this is why the awakening is happening. Have you noticed how many plant-based foods are available right now, even in mainstream supermarkets? A lot of people are saying we don't want to eat meat anymore, right? Because people are starting to say, wait a minute, I want to go plant-based. And we're seeing this. So the awakening continues even in what we're eating. People are changing their diet. They say, wait a minute, I want to lose weight. Wait a minute, I want to have more compassion for animals. Wait a minute, I want to do the Dr. Sebi diet. Wait a minute, I want to do the cleanse, the detox. You see, we got to celebrate because the awakening is here and it's starting on your plate. And that's why I'm proud of everybody. You know, I'm always saying 7-day vegan challenge because health is wealth. So if you are someone who is still not there yet, it's okay. It takes time, but just take one step at a time. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers, I'm reading your comments in live time. Sebastian, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to Sebastian J.E. You are appreciated. Seems as though the desire to hide from others what we contain has manifested into the physical form, as many have lost the privilege to witness the characteristic beauty of each other's faces. Absolutely. Seems as though the desire to hide from others what we contain has manifested into physical form, as many have lost the privilege to witness the characteristic beauty of each other's faces. Oh my gosh. And this is why it's so important. What Sebastian J said is so important. You see, what's happening right now on the planet with the global pandemic is that a lot of people aren't even seeing people's faces. They don't even, I was filming Deep Divers. There was an Italian woman. She's like, gosh, what you were saying seems so inspirational. We were talking. Holly, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to some people. Nafisa Jackson, much love to you, star. Nafisa Jackson, I love you. Okay, so we were talking, and she was saying something which was very profound. She's saying that, see, when people are wearing face masks 24/7, how we communicate is not only through the eyes. How we interpret language is based on reading someone's lips. So we have to remind ourselves that we see what people are doing, and this helps us predict what they're going to say. So Professor Marabian will tell you over 85% of language is nonverbal, of communication is nonverbal. Right? But that involves the lips moving. That's part of communication. So when you have millions of people wearing face masks, children are not communicating properly. People don't know who's who. I told you, I was doing a video. A friend was there. You know, they were wearing a face mask. I didn't even recognize them. I said, who the hell are you? They say, it's me. I said, who? They say, it's me. I said, who? They say, it's me. I said, who? Right? When they finally took off their mask, I said, oh, it's you. Right? So these days, you have to see the psychology of it. Who wears masks in society? Criminals, bandits. And the science to that is that they go to jail. In other words, lockdown. So the inorganic ones have made people into criminals, bandits, and sent them to jail. Now your get out of jail card is when you say the only way out is in. That's your get out of jail card. The only way out is in. The only way out is in. You got to repeat it. The only way out is in. The only way out is in. The only way out is in. So I want to remind you of that, deep divers. So many beautiful deep divers here. So deep divers. I want to remind you, the Great Awakening is here. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. Make sure you get that book. And at ralphsmart.com/the book. Also, get the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes. And also smash the like button if you're on this live. Smash the like button and share this link. Once again, deep divers, I love all of you. You know, this is why I can just come on and just share with the world, because life has blessed me. So make sure you check out the other video, the other new video. Watch before you scroll down. Go and watch that video. And I love all of you. Everyone who's here, you are appreciated. Stay free. Stay as free as you can. So we're going to rock out, deep divers. I'll be back. But you got a lot of new videos to watch as well. Should we go 80s or reggaeton? What do you want? 80s or reggaeton, deep divers? 80s or reggaeton? What are you feeling? 80s or reggaeton? '80s reggaeton or Forever Stars? Which one do you want? You got a choice, deep divers. This has been a beautiful, beautiful interaction with all of you wonderful deep divers. Reggaeton, okay. Let's turn up. 80s reggaeton. Let's go reggaeton deep divers. Midnight Hunterway, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to the Midnight Hunterway. And I got to shout out to the Midnight Hunterway because he's always there. The Midnight Hunterway, changing lives every day. Thank you, mentor. Gratitude, appreciation. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. 80s. We can do a bit of both. We can do a bit of both. So let's dance, deep divers. That was the reggaeton. Okay, let's do the 80s deep divers. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spoon. Oh, deep divers. Once again, to everybody who joined the live, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. Like I say, much love to each and every one of you. Remind yourself you are the power. Let love guide you, not fear. And like I say, we had fun, deep divers. That's what life is about. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. And as well, always DM me on Instagram at @officialralphsmart if you want me to talk about a specific topic. I love all of you. Deep divers. Make sure you check out that video. Watch before you scroll down. Go and watch that video after this. And I love all of you. One love to everybody in the chat. Deep divers, let's go. Let's go.